Hey guys, welcome back to Ollie Talks Airsoft. Today I'm talking about this gun again. So this is one of my TM MWS's, for those that don't know, and this is the one that basically it crapped out on me in mid Wales a couple of months ago. And basically the buffer retaining pin that comes with this law folder decided that it was going to bend mid-game, and it jammed up the entire system. I've heard of other people having similar problems as well. So what I ended up doing is just going on to, I was trying to find somewhere where I could basically get something made from a harder steel, and actually it was the guys on the Discord that were also discussing it, and they basically were saying about using just a standard buffer retainer pin. So I went on to Brownell's UK website, and you could order some CMMG. You may recognise CMMG. They make like the Banshee and things like the if you've never seen the Banshee, it is really, really cool. This tiny little like 9mm or 45 like AR platform, super cool. Check it out. But that's why I'd heard of CMMG. But it turned out that they also did these buffer retaining pins, these steel ones. So these are obviously for real steel, but I'm very pleased to say they are a drop-in on this OMG Law Folder. So let me just open it up, and because I'm just going to take that all the way out, because the standard Tokyo Marui buffer has these sort of 4 indents going around it, they always inevitably line up with the pin, and it means that it doesn't actually retain the buffer. But that's fine, because it means that it's constantly having pressure against the back, and that's kind of how it should be sat, in order that the system doesn't have any slack in it, and that's what you don't want, because that's going to cause problems. So that is one of the CMMG buffer retainer pins that I've got in there, and I've probably put about 4 or 5 mags through it now with this buffer. So this is still my slightly modified buffer, which is one of the reasons that I bought 2 of these, because they're only about £2.50. They were quite cheap. Actually, the shipping was about £6, which was more than the items that I was actually buying. But you know what, to get this back up and running, yeah, it's a small price to pay, really. So yeah, it seems to be okay. Let's just get all this stuff back in, get it the right orientation so it's not just going to fly out at me. There we go. So yeah, when it's like that, it will actually it will just retain it in there. I've seen other people basically shim out this the buffer, because actually it does have a little bit of room around the edge, and what that means is that yeah, it does have a tiny bit of like up and down play when it's in there, and ideally you don't really want it to have that. It would be better if it just didn't. However, what I'll do is I'll try and close this up in front of you so you can see the parts as they come together. So it is quite hard to see. If I open it like that, you can see, and as soon as it closes, the parts actually touch, and you can tell because the bolt moves ever so slightly, because that buffer is just touching the back of the bolt extension. So yeah, so far it seems to be working. Obviously I'll have to give you guys an update and see if it lasts, or see if I end up going on to the other one, because if I end up going on to this one, it means that it basically doesn't work, and this is just going to buy me a little bit more time until I find a more permanent solution. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, relatively cheap. You can get them from Brownell's UK, so not a difficult part to source for other people in the UK that are having this problem. And for those people overseas, Brownell's ship all over the world. But yeah, any kind of like standard AR-15 buffer retaining pin should do the job. So yeah, good to know. Hopefully you found this useful, interesting. If you have, leave a like. If not, sorry. And until the next time, guys, take care.